Hello everyone, I'm CA Neeraj B. Welcome to my YouTube channel @Accounting Buddy NB. In today's video, first we will understand the concept, format and balancing of a single column cash book, including the rules of debit and credit for cash transactions. We will also learn features and format of the double column cash book, focusing on debit and credit rules for bank transactions and handling contra entries. We will explore the purpose, simple and analytical format of petty cash book and learn how to post its transactions. This video offers detailed and easy to understand tutorials for students and professionals looking to enhance their cash book and journal accounting knowledge. So grab a seat, stay till the end and do not forget to subscribe and share my YouTube channel @Accounting Buddy NB with someone who needs it. Let's get started. Let us learn more about single column cash book and its format. Only cash receipts and payments are recorded in simple cash book. Simple cash book looks like an account with one amount column for the debit and one for credit. A specimen of a single column cash book is displayed on your screen. Column number 1 is for date. In this column, the date of the transaction is written. Column number 2 is for particulars. Name of the account holder under which cash is received or paid is written. In the existing business, cash book starts with the opening balance of cash written on the receipt side as to balance brought down. A new business will not have an opening cash balance. Column number 3 is voucher number. The document supporting a transaction is called a voucher. Cash voucher could be either a receipt voucher or a payment voucher. Each voucher has a serial number which is written in this column. Column number 4 is ledger folio. In this column, the number of the ledger page is written to which the debit and the credit aspect of the transaction is posted. Column number 5 is debit. In this column, all the inflows or the receipt amounts are written. Column number 6 is credit. In this column, all the outflows or the payment amounts are written. Let us quickly recap the rules of debit and credit for cash account. Under traditional classification of accounts, cash is a real account. For real account, the rule of debit and credit is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Under modern classification of accounts, cash is an asset. For asset account, the rule of debit and credit is debit when asset increases and credit when asset decreases. Let us now learn how a single column cash book is balanced. Cash book is balanced like any other account. The total of the receipts column is bigger than or equal to the total of the payments column. The total of all the payment transactions on the credit side of the cash book are deducted from the total of all the receipt transactions on the debit side of the cash account. The difference is written on the credit side as by balance carried down. Thereafter, the credit side of the cash account becomes equal to its debit side. On the first day of the next accounting day or the period, as the case may be, the cash in hand balance on the last day of the previous period is written as to balance brought down to show the cash in hand balance in the beginning of the next accounting period. Let us first understand the posting of cash receipts or debit side of the single column cash book. Receipts are recorded on the left hand debit side of the cash book, and in order to complete the process of dual aspect, the second aspect of the entry is posted to the credit side of the respective ledger account by writing the words by cash account on the date on which the cash is actually received. Let us now understand how the cash payments or the credit side recorded transactions of a single column cash book are posted. Payments are recorded on the left hand of the cash book, and to complete the process of dual aspect, they are posted to the debit side of the respective ledger account by writing the words to cash account on the date on which the cash is actually paid.
Let us now know about two column or double column cash book. A double column cash book is a financial record keeping tool and maintains both cash and bank transactions in two separate columns. It acts as a subsidiary book and ledger for recording receipts and payments involving cash and bank accounts. Let us learn features of a double column cash book. Feature number one is it has got two columns both on receipt and payment side, one for cash and another for bank transactions. Double column cash book records dual transactions. It captures both cash and bank related receipts and payments. Double column cash book acts as both a journal for recording transactions and a ledger since balances are carried forward. Double column cash book also records contra entries, transactions between cash and bank account. For example, cash deposited or withdrawal from the bank are recorded on both sides using C, that is the contra marking. Double column cash book maintains the closing balance of both cash and bank balance. The cash column always has a debit balance, while the bank column may have either a debit or a credit balance. Let us quickly recap the rules of debit and credit for bank accounts. Under traditional classification of accounts, bank is a personal account. The rule of debit and credit for personal account is debit the receiver and credit the giver. And under modern classification of accounts, bank is an asset. The rule of debit and credit for asset account is debit when increases and credit when decreases. In this slide, we will learn about contra entries between cash account and bank account. Contra entries will occur in two circumstances, one when cash is deposited in the bank and the second when the cash is withdrawn from the bank. When cash is deposited in the bank, bank balance increases or bank is the receiver and therefore the amount is recorded on the debit side of the bank column in the cash book. Since cash is deposited in the bank, cash decreases or cash goes out, therefore amount is recorded on the credit side of the cash column of the cash book. When cash is withdrawn from the bank, bank balance decreases or bank is the giver and therefore the amount is recorded on the credit side of the bank column in the cash book. Since cash is withdrawn from the bank, cash increases or cash comes in. Therefore, amount is recorded on the debit side of the cash column in the cash book. In both these cases, one aspect is recorded in the cash column and the second aspect is recorded in the bank column, and the debit or credit is decided basis the nature of the transaction. Let us learn about the format of a double column cash book. The specimen of a double column cash book is displayed on your screen. There are two sides of the double column cash book, the left hand debit side and the right hand credit side. All the receipts or the inflows are recorded on the right hand debit side and all the outflows are recorded on the left hand credit side. Double column cash book has 5 columns on each of the debit and the credit side. Column number 1 is for date. In this column, date of the transaction is written. Column number 2 is for particulars. In this column, name of the account under which cash is received or paid is written. In the existing business, cash book starts with the opening balance of cash written on the receipt side as to balance brought down. A new business will not have an opening balance. Column number 3 is for ledger folio and is written as LF. In this column, the number of the ledger page is written to which the debit and the credit aspects of the transaction is posted. Column number 4 is to record all cash transactions. The cash inflow is recorded on the left hand debit side and the cash payments are recorded on the right hand credit side. Column number 5 is to record all bank transactions. All bank inflows or transactions which increases the bank balance are recorded on the left hand debit side, while all the outflows or the transactions which reduces the bank balance are recorded on the right hand credit side. For double column cash book, always remember cash column will either have debit balance or nil balance. Cash column will never have a credit balance.
Bank column may have either debit balance, that is the money lying with the bank, or credit balance, that is the bank overdraft. In cash book, with cash and bank columns are maintained, therefore cash and bank accounts are not opened in the ledger. In this slide, let us learn the art of balancing a double column cash book. Cash column of the double column cash book is balanced in the same manner as in the case of a simple cash book. The process is similar for balancing the bank column. Let us learn the balancing of bank column in case of bank overdraft. Bank may allow business to withdraw amount more than deposited. When a bank allows the business to withdraw more than the balance in the account, it is known as bank overdraft. In such a case, the total of the bank column on the right hand credit side will be higher than the total of all the left hand debit side transactions of the bank column. Please note, if debit side is greater than credit side, the bank balance is debit balance and is represented by balance carried forward. However, if the credit side is greater than the debit side, it represents a overdraft. Let us learn all about petty cash book. A petty cash book is a specialized accounting ledger used to record small everyday business expenses that are too minor to be processed through the main cash book or the bank book. These expenses typically include office supplies, postage, travel, and minor repairs. The petty cash book helps businesses efficiently manage small transactions without burdening the primary accounting system. Apart from recording petty cash expenses, receipts from the cashier are also recorded. Petty cash book is like a petty cash account and is managed by the petty cashier. Petty cash is given to the petty cashier for small payments recorded on the credit side of the petty cash book as by the name of the expense account, and the same is posted to the debit side of the respective expense accounts in the ledger.
Let us learn the format of a simple petty cash book. There are 7 columns in a petty cash book as displayed on your screens. Column number 1 is to record the amount of cash received from the main or the chief cashier. Column number 2 is for cash book folio. It is the page of the main cash book where the amount paid to the petty cashier is recorded. Column number 3 is to record the date of payment or the receipt of cash. Column number 4 is to record particulars of the transaction, which generally is the name of the expense head for which the cash is paid. Column number 5 is for ledger folio page, that is the page number of the ledger expense account on which the expense entry is posted. Column number 6 is for voucher number basis which the expense is paid and recorded in the petty cash book. Column number 7 is to record the amount of cash paid.
Let us learn about analytical petty cash book. An analytical petty cash book has two sides. Left hand side is used for recording receipts of cash and right hand side has multiple columns for recording a particular type of business expenditure. For example, there can be separate columns for conveyance, postage, telephone expenses, staff pantry expenses, etc. These columns are created basis frequently incurred business expenditures. A column is usually provided for sundries to record payments which are not frequently made. When petty cash expense is recorded on the right side total payment column, same amount is also recorded in the appropriate expense column. At the end of each period, expense column is totaled and is posted to the debit side of the respective accounts. The specimen of an analytical cash book is displayed on your screen. In the receipt column, the amount of cash received to meet the petty cash expenses is recorded. Next three columns, date, voucher number and particulars are common for the receipt and the petty cash expense payments. The amount of petty cash actually paid for each expense transaction is recorded under the amount column. Then we have expense head column for all the frequently incurred business expenses such as conveyance, pantry expenses, telephone expenses, postage expenses, and one column for sundry expenses. These expense columns varies from business to business. Let us now learn the process of posting petty cash book transactions. Entries in the petty cash book are posted in the ledger accounts at the end of specific period. Petty cash book is considered as a memorandum book. A petty cash book is created in the ledger when the petty cash is given to the petty cashier. It is recorded in the right hand credit side of the cash book by writing the words by petty cash account. At the end of specific period, say a week or a month, a journal entry for all the expenses paid out of petty cash is passed by debiting the respective expense accounts and crediting the petty cash account. When cash amount is advanced to the petty cashier, below entry is passed in the cash column of the cash book. Debit petty cash account and credit cash account. And when the petty cash expense account is submitted, below entry is passed. Debit expenses account and credit petty cash account. In ledger, there is a petty cash account and a separate ledger account for each expense head. In my upcoming video on 19th July, get ready to deep dive into the special purpose books with a focus on purchase book. We will cover everything from the format, features, and entries to the posting in the ledger with real illustrations. We will also understand the treatment of freight, packing charges, and month-end journal entries in a practical manner. Your journey to master subsidiary books continues, so stay tuned. If you enjoy the content of my channel and appreciate my teaching style, please subscribe, share and like my YouTube channel @accountingbuddy NB. Thank you and goodbye for now.